And welcome back, Wagoneers, to another episode of Ways to Wagons podcast, where we're going to be doing another top five in no particular order. Patrick actually came up with this topic, and it is sports jerseys, and we're gonna strictly stick to professional sports jerseys, and it's gonna be across the board in every sport. So it can be football, baseball, hockey, soccer, highlight, and cricket if it floats your boat.
So those professional sports.
Sure, there's a professional. It can be professional dodgeball. If you want to go to Average Joe's Gymnasium.
What about my? Can it be one of my kickball jerseys? Does that count? Oh, wait, we're professionals. We play for money. We pay and we play for money.
Yeah, but you guys are kind of like semi-pro.
There's only one national organization. Okay, fine. No kickball jersey. Cool.
Yeah, let's just keep it with the major sports organizations. Let me cut out highlight and cricket.
Thank you. No offense to anyone who plays highlight or cricket.
No chess team
jerseys. But is the cricket league in Lafreniere Park on Saturday morning? Is that a professional cricket league?
Probably not.
If my kickball league that goes to different cities and different countries is not official, then no. The Sunday league at Lafreniere is not official. Sorry.
All right, well, I'll start us off. I have two honorable mentions. First, I'm going to go with a basketball jersey, and it's going to be the 1999 to 2001 black alternate Minnesota Timberwolves jerseys. That's just back when they had Kevin Garnett and Wally Szczerbiak. They were black jerseys. The Timberwolves were kind of written all jagged. It had the black trim on it with like the green triangles, which may have been supposed to be trees, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Those were cool.
I really thought those were cool jerseys. I actually have a Wally Szczerbiak like that, and when I ordered it,
Sorry.
Wally Szczerbiak, if you're listening, we love you. It's actually the blue one, but when I ordered it from the book, it was East Bay that I ordered it from. The picture was black, and it came in the royal blue, so I was kind of pissed when it came in. But the black alternate 1999 to 2001 Minnesota Timberwolves is going to be my first.
I actually think that when Mom's car got stolen and when you went to buy the Junior Seau and I ended up getting a Marshall Faulk jersey, I think I was torn between either buying that Marshall Faulk jersey or getting a Kevin Garnett just like that.
So that's going to be one honorable mention. My next honorable mention might be in Travis's top five because he has a jersey like this. And it's the Anaheim Mighty Ducks Wild Wing alternate jersey. Travis has a Teemu Selanne jersey like that. It's got the cartoon mascot Wild Wing
from the Disney show.
From the Disney show written on it. It's really, really cool jersey. Probably my favorite jersey that Travis has in his collection. But those are my two honorable mentions. Now to get into my top five, I'm going to start with I don't know if they had this from when they started, but I'm going to go the 90s Seattle Seahawks jerseys, the throwback blue, silver, and green jerseys.
Yep, like the ones that Brian Bosworth wore and
Steve Largent.
I mean, as a kid, like how could you not love those jerseys? I mean, the silver metallic helmet. I mean, just the color scheme was kind of odd in and of itself, but it just worked. And again, big Brian Bosworth fan back in the day, even though he busted.
It popped, especially with the silver pants.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great... I love that they brought that back this year to wear for a few games. They should bring it back all the time.
Wasn't that the John Kitna Seahawks?
Yes. But yeah, that's what they need to bring in the rotation
regularly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if you even some other relevant Seahawks back in the day. I mean, they didn't really have many.
We named the important ones.
All right, number 4.
Brian Bosworth jersey would be a good one for Todd's collection, even though we discussed that football ones fit like shit. So
yeah, I thought about getting the Bosworth, but yeah, I'm not too high on buying another football jersey right now. But my 4th pick will also be a football jersey, and that is the throwback New England Patriots jerseys, the red with the white and blue. And they go with the white helmets with the old school cartoony Patriot on the helmet. I mean, there's just something about those jerseys. Even when they wear them, it just stands out. I'm not a huge Patriots fan by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, for the longest time, I hated the Patriots. But I do own a Drew Bledsoe jersey like that. Wes Welker was another one of my favorite players of all time, so he would also be considered. If I was to get another jersey, he'd be
What'd you do
an
with
option.
What'd you do with your Tim Tebow?
I had Tim Tebow like that too. Thank you for mentioning that, Sean. I had a Tim Tebow jersey like that as well. I was confident that Bill Belichick had a plan in place for Tim Tebow, but he was cut after preseason, so I sold that jersey.
I think when I first saw that jersey, it was on Irving Fryer, number 80 for the 85 team, and I was in love with it then. I don't love red as a color in general, but that jersey was so clean with the white pants and the helmet and the logo itself.
I think
Helmet is just so badass.
It's not like what both the Todds mentioned so far in his top five. I think the helmets, like the Seahawks, that silver helmet kind of made that blue and green pop, and then like same that red helmet. I mean, the white helmet made that red jersey kind of pop.
So I got the throwback Seahawks, throwback Patriots as my 5 and 4. Number 3. This may sound odd because this jersey was just released this week, but have y'all seen the new San Jose Sharks Cali Finn jerseys?
Yes.
You want to talk about clean, motherfucker? Those are amazing.
It's the contrast of like black on that teal with a white outline and striping. It's a really, really clean.
What I really love about it, though, I'm a big fan of the old school Finn logo, which I have tattooed on my wrist, and they actually have that in the center of the jersey instead of just the shark, and it's black, so it just looks great.
That was the one in the group thread that you shared. I think.
Yeah, Travis sent it, and he said there's no excuse for Todd not to get one of these
And look,
jerseys.
and DHgate wasted no time. It was like almost the same day that it hit NHL Shop. DHgate had it up on their site too. So Todd really has no excuse. Buy it for $20 or $30 and get a player he really likes.
I mean, it's just I'm trying to decide which player I really want because I mean it's obviously. When you look at these jerseys, you should probably get a player that's on the team
I like
at the time.
the water look at the end of the sleeves too. It's pretty
Oh,
tight.
yeah, the fade on the sleeves.
I think you need a T-shirt with this logo, just a black shirt with the logo on it. Probably a hat at some point too.
Oh, they have cool hats too.
That's probably one of their best logos
Yeah,
and looks to go with it.
Do you still have the beanie?
I still have the beanie with the fin on it. They did release, I think, 2 or 3 hats with this kind of rock the new Cali Fin logo. But that's going to be coming at my number 3. Like I said, kind of odd pick because they just released it this week, but it is, I mean, by far the best San Jose Sharks jersey that I've seen in the history of their existence.
And there are some pretty cool logos. So that's saying a lot.
All right, number 2, I'm going to go with the first jersey I've ever owned, and that is a teal Charlotte Hornets Larry Johnson jersey. So the teal Charlotte Hornets jerseys from back in the day, teal with the purple stripes on them. I mean, it just, aside from the really, really cool logo that the Hornets had back in the day, I'm a big fan of logos. I got the Sharks Fin logo, I got the Sur Saint logo, and I have the old school Orioles Washburn logo tattooed on me. That logo in and of itself was really cool, but I think what also really attracted me to the Hornets was their jerseys as well, because I mean they also had, aside from the teal ones, which are my favorite, they also had the purple ones with the teal stripes.
Yep.
So I mean, Hornets had some really cool jerseys, but the teal one just kind of always stood out to me. And like I said, it was my first jersey ever. I had the Larry Johnson teal, so that one comes in at number 2 for me. And number 1, I'm gonna go with another hockey jersey. And from the moment I saw it, I was like, I really need one of those jerseys. And it's not necessarily because the color scheme is so good, because it's really not. I mean, it's black, orange, and red. But it's the Calgary Flames horse breathing fire logo jersey. It's their alternate. I mean, the first time I saw it, it's really cool because they had the plain logo with the C with the kind of the flames coming off the back of it. And I was like, there's nothing really special about that. And although the horse doesn't really have anything to do with the team in general, I just thought it was cool that the horse was breathing flames out of his nostrils. I was like, it's a very, very unique logo. They've never used it before. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, man, that's a really cool logo. So I have a Jerome McGinley jersey with that logo on it, or that specific jersey. I also have his bobblehead where he's wearing that jersey.
Do you prefer like the black jersey or the red one?
Oh, the black.
Okay.
Now, since you finished up your top 5, I as an honorable mention here, also in the hockey category, that that maybe I forgot, I just didn't want to put in there, but like the Buffalo Sabres goat head jersey.
I thought about that one, but you know that it's hard for me to even decide which one I like better between the two, because they actually, you know, they originally had the black, red, and silver one, and they just released the kind of their new colors now. Really, the original colors,
they call it
the
retro
royal blue,
reverse.
white, and yellow, and it's cool. But and I thought about adding it in there, but I just feel like the other one. I like the other ones better. But it's definitely a cool logo. Kind of could serve as an honorable mention, as a guess. But I do have an Alexei Zhitnik that Travis got me, what is it called? Retro
Reverse.
Reverse.
List. I was curious about how many hockey jerseys were wanting to be on your list and what ones wouldn't make the top 5, because I know you've got a lot that you like. I was very curious to see like
The funny thing is, while I was making this list, I was trying to throw a baseball jersey in here because, you know, I'm a big baseball fan, and the Orioles are my team, and yes, I do love the orange and black color scheme, but I'm thinking about all the jerseys. None of the jerseys really stand out to me. Their logo, what made me a fan as a kid, was the one that I have tattooed on me, which is called the Wolfsburg logo. But none of their jerseys are like stand out to me, and no baseball jersey in general really stood out for me. At least that it could be in my top 5.
nice. Travis, you want to go next?
I'll go next. I do have one baseball one. I had to think about it for a little while. You know, I am also I'm a Cleveland Indians / Guardians fan, and I'll agree with Todd on that sentiment. That, I mean, even though they had, you know, the old, what drew me into being a Cleveland Indians fan was that Chief Wahoo logo, which no longer exists. But that was only small on that was only small on the sleeve. So, you know, the rest of the jersey really didn't contain it. So there was nothing that really made the Cleveland Indians or the Cleveland Guardians jerseys really pop. So none of that doesn't make my list. But just as an honorable mention, I'll throw out my baseball pick, and Sean may have this on his list. But when Tampa Bay was known as the Tampa Bay Devil Rays,
Damn it!
and they had those purple jerseys that actually had the Devil Ray fish on it, and not just the Sun logo.
The Stingray.
And you know, back in the time of Wade Boggs and Jose Canseco, and you know, guys like that were on the Rays. That purple Tampa Bay Rays jersey comes in as an honorable mention for me. As a homer pick here, I gotta mention the Saints in some way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Saints color rush jerseys. I like the white color rush that have the gold and black on the sleeves with the gold numbers. I think when they wear those with the white pants, they really do look good.
Do you like it when they wear it with the black helmets, though, the new black helmets?
I am a fan. I am a fan of the black helmets. To me though, the helmet doesn't matter. I like the with the black or the gold helmet.
The color rush gold doesn't match the gold helmets, though. If you ever notice that, it's like a different shade.
But I'll give them an honorable mention. That'll be my New Orleans Saints color rush to go along with the Tampa Bay Rays. Last honorable mention, I'm going to throw out my lone basketball pick here, and that's going to be this jersey was issued a couple of years ago, and it's the Phoenix Suns the Valley jersey. It's the black ones that say the Valley on it. I actually have a Chris Paul Funko Pop of him wearing that jersey, and I like Chris Paul okay, but the fact that it was Chris Paul and he was wearing that jersey really sold me on the pop. So that's going to be my last honorable mention. The Phoenix Suns, the Valley, New Orleans Saints color rush, Tampa Bay Devil Rays purple jersey back when they first broke into the league. My number 5 pick, I'm also going to stick with Tampa Bay, but we're going to go back to football, and I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers creamsicle jerseys. That logo on the helmet, always really liked the pirate with the sword in his mouth, orange. And I really liked when they had the orange jerseys with that, the full-on orange jersey with that white helmet.
Was that since 1996?
It was prior to 1996, but I've actually considered, the only thing that's holding me
Taking
back.
shots?
We're doing that later.
The only thing that's really held me back is I'm a huge Baker Mayfield fan. That's already been stated on this pod before. I've thought about getting that creamsicle jersey, but the fact that it's Tampa Bay and it's a division rival, I've held myself off from doing it. But nonetheless, really cool jersey. Another guy that really stands out back in the '90s wearing it. This is an oddball player when you think about players you haven't heard the name in a while, but Hardy Nickerson. He's another guy that kind of pops out wearing that jersey. But Tampa Bay Creamsicle is going to come in at number 5 for me. Number 4,
Hardy
and
Nickerson,
you're gonna,
if you're listening.
yeah, and it's almost like
Is he alive?
from
Who? Hardy Nickerson?
Hardy Nickerson is he alive.
I haven't heard that he died,
I'm on it.
but you're going to notice a trend here with my top 4. And it's almost like I could have lumped them into one, but I think they each deserve their own particular spot. So 3 out of 4 of these are going to be hockey jerseys. All based in the same time and all based on the same style. 1990s Boston Bruins Big Head Bruin alternate jersey. It's, the Boston Bruins jerseys, let's just be honest, like their regular jersey
That's
sucks.
stupid. Yeah.
Like it's a B with a wheel around it or whatever.
What is that? It's a wheel.
Yeah, it looks like a wheel. I don't know what exactly it is. Their jerseys suck. But when they had their 90s alternate with the bear head on it, that is actually the next one on my list that I'm getting. I'm planning on getting a Kyle McLaren Big Head Bruin jersey from the 90s. And look, I know Todd mentioned the retro reverse. Last year, the Bruins incorporated their retro reverse and did a white jersey like this. Back in the 90s, it was actually yellow, and the yellow one is actually a little bit cooler to me.
I don't know if that was 90s. I saw somebody at the Seawolves game with the Bearhead
Oh,
jersey.
Well, the white one just got released last year as that retro reverse, but the yellow one was the
Yeah,
90s.
I forget what color it was.
So I take it you're getting the yellow McLaren.
I actually can't find the yellow one in DH Gate, so I might have to settle for the white. But if I can find the yellow, I'd definitely go yellow. Number 3, we're going to venture away from hockey, go back to football for a bit, and this is still my favorite NFL jersey of all time. Was the thing that linked me to be, this team as kind of my second favorite team. Back when I first broke into being a football fan, other than the Saints. Boomer Esiason was my favorite player. I still think the Cincinnati Bengals with their orange and black Tiger helmets with the matching jerseys. Those are the black jersey with the tiger stripes on the shoulder pads. The Cincinnati Bengals comes in at number 3 for me.
can I ask you a quick question? How do you feel about their white Bengal, the white tiger?
I love those as well.
White helmet, too.
I like the white ones.
The white ones are awesome too. I still like the orange better.
I like white ones too.
Just I still like
it's all black, just with more.
I still like the orange one better, but I really do like the white ones as well. I thought that was actually a really cool idea because you do have white tigers that exist. So I thought that was a cool way to incorporate an alternate jersey.
Yeah. See, white tigers do exist.
But hey, the white and black combo of the white jersey with the black stripes on it, black and white go together pretty good.
Actually, after that Bengals Super Bowl, when they lost, I was thinking about getting a Hendrickson jersey with the patch on it. I like the solid black with just like the orange stripes on the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Like no white. It's just like solid black with like 3
Should get
orange. Yeah.
The Boomer Esiason was one of my.
And they have a Michael Jackson song about that.
He did?
Ebony and Ivory.
Jeez. I don't think that's Michael
I
Jackson.
think it's Michael Jackson.
Sorry.
That was his self.
Wrong pedophile.
Okay, we just went off the rails here a
Michael
little bit.
Jackson was Ebony and Ivory in his own life.
Okay.
Oops. The Boomer Esiason jersey is still one of my personal favorites. One of the first ones I
Paul
bought.
McCartney.
When we found out
Is
about
it really?
Paul McCartney.
No.
Ebony and Ivory is a song by Paul McCartney.
you motherfuckers talking about
In Wings.
everybody else getting interrupted. I'm trying to finish my top 5 here.
What was it? Role models. Oh, that's Wings, right? Yeah.
Please continue.
So, number 3 is the Cincinnati Bengals traditional black and orange. Number 2, jumping back to hockey. Same time period. We're going to go 1990s Los Angeles Kings BK alternate jersey. They call it the BK because it looks like the Burger King King.
I was about to say
jersey.
They're cool.
So I have not been able to get one of these for my collection because DHgate does not have them. And if you look to buy them, legitimately, they are quite pricey.
So is DHgate not legitimate?
And I keep
Absolutely.
when I
In China.
so when I had my house fire a couple of years ago, lost most of my jerseys. I was able to salvage a few of them, but One of them I did lose was Wayne Gretzky, and it was the old school Silver Shield logo. And I decided to replace that. Jersey with a Yari Curry
What are you looking at?
because
BK jersey.
my plan was to eventually replace my Gretzky with a BK Wayne Gretzky. But I have been unsuccessful in my attempts to try to find a reasonably priced BK Wayne Gretzky. Still at the top of my list, though.
Before you go on, though, I will say that I also liked the purple and black one that you have of Rob Blake.
Yeah.
I was always a fan of those Kings jerseys as well.
To me, that that's a close second for me as well. But since I'm gonna try to keep the one King, the BK is still my favorite. And then we're going to stay with the same time period for number one. Todd mentioned it as an honorable mention. 1990's Anaheim Mighty Ducks Wild Wing alternate jersey has the full body character of Wild Wing from the Disney cartoon Mighty Ducks on it. I thought that was very clever of the Anaheim Ducks. I'm not an Anaheim Ducks fan by any means. They play in the Kings division, but kudos to that jersey. I mean, every time I wear that jersey, somebody gives me a compliment on it and says, damn, that's a cool jersey. People who've never watched hockey before or don't even really know much about the Anaheim Ducks, franchise or anything like that.
Probably didn't even know about the cartoon.
They may not even know the cartoon, but they look at that jersey and say, damn, that's a cool one.
All the ladies are like, damn.
Yeah.
Travis still needs to get that Wild Wing figure.
I should have it on my watch list on eBay, but those are the ones that are good priced are all beat up, so I haven't bought it yet. But Anaheim, Mighty Ducks,
MJD.
Wild Wing alternate from the 90s comes in at number one for me.
MJD. Pocket hurt.
Fucking hurt. Sean?
All right, because I actually had my list put together. I don't have any honorable mentions. I'm just like happy I got 5. Well, actually, I wanted to.
Says the king of jerseys.
Well, not really. I wanted to jump in just so I didn't get any of them stolen. And I'm listening to Travis. He's like, all right, 3 of these are hockey. I'm like, all right, good.
Well, since Mike brought that up, maybe for the pod we should all do like a tour of our jersey closets.
Mhm.
Me, Travis, and Sean have extensive ones.
Yep. Well, let me get. Yeah, I guess this isn't a particular order, and nothing's too special about the first one. I guess number 5. It's just because it's OG for me being a football fan, and I currently have a Junior Seau version that I bought off of eBay that I believe is very authentic. It's like it's stitched better. It's like I don't know why the quality is like way better than most jerseys I have from China. But it's the Chargers 90s jersey, just the navy blue.
Maybe it's from
I was going to
Taiwan.
go powder blue.
No, not the powder
I thought
blue.
about powder blue from
I did too.
Because I even liked the navy blue for like the Kellen Winslow era, Dan Fouts era, that one too. Like not the powder blue, not the white, but I have that. I have Fouts and Winslow now too. But yeah,
Not to cut you off, if you look at the most recent Instagram post from our podcast for episode 14, part 2, I posted Dan Fouts
there you go.
in I think in that jersey, but with the gold pants.
Yes, yeah.
It's primo.
They brought that back recently.
Yes.
The current Chargers will wear the gold pants again.
Mhm.
Well, yellow pants. It's not
Yeah.
like gold, but yeah. I used to put those on Madden. You could put alternate uniforms.
Mhm.
And I have the blue jersey with the gold pants.
It's I don't care if it's the powder blue or the navy blue. Either one with the gold pants looks fantastic.
I appreciate the powder blue. I have the Tomlinson I have is powder blue, but for some reason, I don't know why I always like the dark, the navy. And, all right, so next on my list, I'm going to go with the Canucks whale logo, the sea with the whale coming off the wave.
Cool jersey. Yep.
Always did, that logo always did stand out to me in hockey. Not that I was like a fan of the team or anything, but, I had the Pavel Bure Canucks jersey like that. Definitely not the older one that looks like the friggin' German flag with just like the skate or whatever it is, but I have that one too. And then kind of what Travis said for number 3 is Devil Rays, but it's the black jersey, so not purple. Just like the Wade Boggs one I have, it's the black one with the stingray going across, and it says Devil Rays in like the multicolor. Just the Devil Rays logo when they were the Devil Rays, not the Rays in general, was pretty cool. I mean, I used to go 8th, 9th grade, and my aunt lived in St. Petersburg, and we went to games, went down there and saw Wade Boggs make like somewhat hit record or something. He had like most hits or something in a career or something when I witnessed that.
Why do you think they took the devil out of Devil Rays?
Is it Catholicism?
Possibly.
the same reason a school close to us on West Metairie used to be the Red Devils, now they're the Red Raiders. Because my ex brother-in-law has a PE shorts that say Red Devils on them before they changed to the Red Raiders. You know what school I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
But anyway, so moving on. Number nine, Jesus. I'm looking at 90s.
Number 9.
That's the top 5.
Number 2 on my list would be a jersey I'm still trying to get from one of my favorite hockey players is the Capitals
Yeah.
with the Eagles, with the eagle on it from that era of the like 2000 to 2004, I think, something like that. Of those Capitals jersey with the big eagle and
It's
the
almost like the
black and gold. Yeah.
kind of like a combination. So you like the black jersey?
hmm I mean, even though
they also had that kind of like not quite baby blue, but not quite royal blue.
right, they have a blue and a green version of that. The white ones have the eagle on the chest and the Capitol buildings on the shoulders, but then the black ones have the Capitol building and the eagles on the shoulders. But trying to get any version of those with an A or a C, whatever, get a Yager jersey of that style. And then number 1, I never owned one of these because I was so uncool in grammar school. But I had versions. Well, I had a version of it, but it was the good old Orlando Magic black pinstripe jersey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had the Shaq like baby blue one. I don't know why I had that one. I eventually got a Lakers
Maybe I
gold one
ordered the
too.
black and the blue one just came in.
Well-
like Mazurkak.
For some reason, I just remember if you were a Shaq fan, you had that jersey, but then all the Penny Hardaway kids had the black with the pinstripes, and it was just like it was, whether you had the shoes to go with it or not, it was like, oh, you couldn't have a Penny Hardaway jersey without being black with the pinstripes. I had this bad boy, the baby blue Shaq.
Oh yeah.
That thing. I mean, I wore it a lot. I remember wearing it to summer camp and shit.
So Todd and I had our quest a few years ago. We was spending 7 days in Disney World and tried and wore a different basketball jersey in all 7 days. And I tried to find, and ended up coming in very cheap quality. But I was trying to find a Horace Grant black pinstripe
not
like that, and I had a hard time finding one.
Yep.
And the one that did come in came in pretty shitty quality.
Yeah, like I got the
It's probably
Cliff
'cause
Robinson, Portland Trailblazers.
These bad boys were
same
probably
quality.
too expensive because, the kid I can remember that had one of these was also the one that had the Penny Hardaway shoes and the black Nike socks. And it's like, yeah, his parents were probably rolling in
Was
some
he
money.
was he a boy toy?
He wasn't the heartbreak kid, Shawn Michaels. No.
We're all out of boy toys.
He didn't have earrings on both lobes.
I did have the Shaq shoes though, the ones that was like not spiral, but they were like, what was it look like? The Target like ripples,
Yeah.
and they had the Reebok logo.
Those are pretty dope.
The ones that he actually was wearing in a recent commercial I saw.
What are you gonna get a Peter Bond drill like that?
No, a Yager, but yeah. No, an Olaf Kolzig. Remember that dude?
Yeah, goalie to goalie.
So there you go.
I'm looking at the HK right now, and the Tampa Bay Rays, they actually have a gray one and a black one with the Ray logo on it, but they don't have the old school purple one.
I was gonna say I should have my Wade
Well,
Boggs on right
Boggs.
now. I guess I gotta wear that. For
I
the
mean,
next one.
I wouldn't buy it right now, but Boggs would be the player,
He only played for them for like 3 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like career hits or something. He broke a record or something when he was on the Rays. It was at the end of his career. It was in like 98 or 99, something like that.
So I guess I'll go next.
We already did all that.
Yeah, it was all.
So I don't have honorable mentions. I'm not a big jersey guy. Every time I
Yeah,
have
Mike
the worst
said,
luck.
I've got some pretty bad luck too. So
Every
I mean,
time I buy a jersey, like
There you go.
something really, really bad happens to that player or team.
Yeah, I'm shocked Todd didn't mention that one.
what's that? Ah, that's a good one.
All of my jerseys,
There you
pretty much except maybe a handful. It's the kind that you want to burn for some reason.
You don't have to say who's on the jerseys.
Yeah.
Mike has that terrible
So,
luck with jerseys.
I have really terrible. So I really am not into jerseys like these guys are. So my list is going to be very quick. In no particular order.
Of course.
The 90s Dolphins jersey.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like those.
Very good
It
choice.
was that teal color, like the Dan Marino jerseys.
Yeah, the OG McDuffie days.
Yeah.
That'd be a good choice.
Really good jersey scheme, colors.
Good choice. Good choice.
The to stay in Florida, the creamsicle Tampa Bay Buccaneer jerseys. I like that color. Not that I was a fan or anything back then, but
Yeah, we're cool jerseys.
But see, back in the day, they weren't part of our division, so you couldn't really hate them that much until they got in the division. So it would have been better back in the '90s to buy them.
but those look pretty sweet.
They weren't ever in the AFC. I think that was the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Like in the AFC at one point.
And with that Buccaneer, like you mentioned, with the sword in his mouth or whatever, that's pretty iconic for that team. Anyway, the next one, I wrote it down. I promise I didn't copy off of you, but the Color Rush Saints, the all white ones. I love that scheme.
I thought about having that one in there too, but
For the longest time, that was supposed to be like the most winningest color or scheme or jersey that the Saints had, and then they screwed it all up. I don't know, like last year or the year before, or whatever that was. But yeah, yes, I really do like that color scheme. Then I'm gonna throw this one out there just because I remember it from when I was a kid. Some people had it, and then flipping through, I saw it again. It was the Houston Astros jersey, like the Nolan Ryan days.
like
Yeah.
the orange and navy blue.
The orange.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They call it the sunset jersey, so it's like whatever the base color is, but it's got the orange
Yeah.
gradient stripes on it. Yeah, on the bottom. Yeah, those are incredible.
I forgot about it. I used to like the Gold Star football one. I used to have a hat of it.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Jeff Bagwell was probably one of my favorite players growing up,
Bags.
and the Astros currently a couple of years ago put out those Space City jerseys that I think are badass. The only thing is, I keep looking at it and saying, damn, that would be good to get in a Bagwell. But then I was like, you know what? I just really hate the Astros.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about the team, but I just really like that
I
jersey.
mean, they cheated.
I'll say it for you. Fuck the Astros. Carry on.
Yeah, I can't get my, as much as I like Jeff Bagwell, I can't get myself to buy an Astros jersey, even though those Space City ones are pretty tight.
And my last one here is to be another, local team, the
Nolan's
NOLA,
grass?
the NOLA Mardi Gras Pelicans
Oh,
jersey.
yeah.
Okay, those are good. Yeah,
Those are nice.
I wish that kind of like what Ian says about the black and vomit green ones. They got to get rid of those.
No.
The Mardi Gras ones are
The
awesome.
Mardi Gras ones, it's
Like
purple,
recent,
green,
not
and
the
gold.
Anthony Davis ones that were all like panel looking
No,
colors
no.
and shit.
Purple, green, and gold. It says NOLA on it. Really, really cool jerseys. So that's my list.
Nice.
Short and sweet.
Cool. I'll limit myself to 2 honorable mentions, but I do have some other ones I want to throw out after we get through my top 5, or just like they're iconic and I think if we could put our list out to more than just 5, I think a lot of these would probably show up on
I want that.
other people's lists too. My first honorable mention will be from the '95 Florida Marlins, the teal jersey.
Oh, okay.
Now, I was thinking about baseball jerseys, and the Marlins ones are the only ones that really stood out to me.
They had the white with the teal pinstripes was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The teal jersey was great, but the teal jersey itself was the best one.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like the white with teal pinstripe as well. At that time, I was kind of also digging the Diamondbacks with their white with the purple pinstripe and the purple sleeve. Back when they both kind of revamped and did that whole kind of similar look to it. But that's my second honorable mention. My first one, and I asked this question off air before we started because it was a qualifier. But I didn't want to put this in the top 5 because it's not a true like specific one. But it's, for me, any team's powder blue jersey. go think of the baseball teams from the 80s in the powder blue from like the Royals, the Expos, the Cardinals. We said the Royals already, but any of those teams had great powder blue jerseys.
But Patrick, what about the Boston Red Sox UCLA looking ones?
No.
No.
But still in powder blue. Also, the Chargers powder blue
No, that's right.
was a great jersey. So like for me, it's
Timberwolves.
go look at the Brewers powder blue jerseys.
those
They
are
are incredible.
As a matter of fact, like Camden, I like to make bets with Todd's son Camden when we go on these guys trips. You know, he likes to order these gigantic pretzels at every place we go, and then I always bet him. And I said, well, if you can eat, a certain amount of it, if you can eat all of it, I'll buy you something. When we go somewhere. So one point, I don't even know if it was a pretzel at this point, but it was something else, and he actually did finish it. And then the bet was to buy him a Brewers hat. And then so he and I, once we get to the team store, we go look at all these hats, and there was a friggin' ton of them. And a bunch of cool
Yeah, the
ones too.
Brewers team store was pretty phenomenal.
And so then like I'm looking at him and I'm pointing at ones. I said, yeah, I think I really like that one. And he was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But then he was going around. Well, it was the powder blue one with the
Yeah.
MKE logo on it.
Mhm.
And eventually he got around and he was weighing out between three of them, and he decided to go with that one. And I was like, damn, that's a good choice. 'Cause those are really cool jerseys.
The powder blue Brewers with the baseball glove logo is one of the best. Sean just showed a picture of the Expos jersey in powder blue.
Yep.
I would love to have a Moises Alou in that.
Tim Raines.
Tim Raines.
Yeah,
Tim
in that
Raines
in that baby blue.
Okay. So look at this. Patrick is the guy who doesn't want to own jerseys. Just said,
Right, no.
Alou.
I love jerseys.
awesome
I just
jersey.
don't like wearing them. If
Mitsugi.
they will fit better and I could get a proper fitting one for all the occasions, I'd have a ton of them. It's just
So if I had to say the next two baseball jerseys that'd be on my list outside of anything that might pop ahead of it on the Guardians would probably be that Wade Boggs that I mentioned, the Purple Rays, if I could ever find it, and then Tim Raines baby blue Expos.
and some one or two in my my mention, but not like in my 5 honorable mentions. I want to just kind of throw out as a really cool jersey back in the day. One of them is a baseball jersey, but from the '80s time period. But get into number 5.
But now he needs. We know Patrick needs the baby blue St. Louis Cardinals Ozzie Smith jersey.
It's strong contender.
That's a 2024 goal.
The Cardinals had baby blues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Go Google that real quick. They're fantastic.
So I'm setting that as we've talked about the Wasted Wagons goals for 2024. That's like a personal
Thing for you is
project to
get me in the powder
Patrick
blue.
get a powder blue St. Louis Cardinals Ozzie Smith.
I will take that under advisement. If I were to ever get a basketball jersey, number 5 is one of the strong considerations. And it's one of my favorite players to watch play basketball. He won a dunk contest with one of the most iconic dunks ever. It is Vince Carter, but the purple Raptors jersey with the silver pinstripe stripes on the front of it and the black on the nameplate.
So I'm actually stunned that you're the first person that's mentioned this jersey. I thought for sure somebody else.
I
had
did
mentioned
have
it.
I
a
had
David
that.
Stoudemire white Raptors jersey as a kid, but the purple ones are definitely better.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
Number 4, and being that this team, you think they'd be higher, but I gotta show them some love. I like a lot of their jerseys, but they were the Nordiques. Then they became the Avalanche, and recently the Avalanche decided to do a throwback to the Nordiques, but adding the maroon trim from their current jersey to it. So my number 4 is the Nordiques throwback version to the Colorado Avalanche.
I've never seen that one.
Google Colorado Avalanche Nordiques throwback. It's white. It's got fleur-de-lis on it. I think 3 of them at the bottom, and they have like a maroon bottom trim to it. Super clean. The white with like the baby blue or the off blue and maroon. I love that jersey. Number 3, going back to one of my favorite football players of all time, an iconic jersey will be the '99 Rams when they won.
Travis didn't put that one in
Oh
there.
man, yeah.
Not the year. Yeah, not the year they changed over to the gold and navy.
Oh,
Right.
The traditional like Deacon Jones royal blue, yellow bold ram stripes on the sleeve.
I got to redact mine a little bit and add that as an honorable mention because that I do have a Marshall Falk jersey with those colors.
Yes.
Freaking
You
phenomenal.
mean not the
The greatest
Todd
show.
Gurley ones in 2018
Correct.
where they had the white helmets that didn't match
No,
the
those,
sleeves.
those were awful. The jersey was fine. The white helmet did not go with that. It was a horrible.
I have the Kurt Warner,
The
the
Royal-
same Marshall Faulkner. I have the Kurt Warner.
The royal blue and yellow jerseys. I'm glad you mentioned that. I left that one off. Forgot about
The
it.
Eric Dickerson
Yeah, I had the Eric
Rams
Dickerson too.
in the blue and yellow
Jim,
was my number 3.
Jim Everett back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everyone.
My number 2, Travis mentioned the team, but not this specific jersey. And but the jersey has a bit of a throwback vibe to my number 2. It's the '95 Suns purple jersey with the orange shooting star inside, with the basketball inside the star.
I have that Charles Barkley jersey.
The Thunder Dan Marlowe, the Charles Barkley in that jersey is incredible. Yeah, the black one was good too. The white one was cool with Kenny Johnson. But yeah, the purple is also my favorite.
The purple was the best. That's actually the one I have of Charles Barkley.
My number 1, no surprise, we're going back to the sport that I love the most, that no one here really enjoys like me.
Football.
This jersey, I wore this exact year jersey to the draft. Notoriously, the only jersey I've worn to a draft, minus a Calvin Johnson.
Can I guess it?
Sure.
Barcelona?
Yes. It's the 2010-2011 Barcelona jersey where they won the treble. Their championship jersey. It is a off red, not really maroon, but it's off red with
like red and
blue,
blue, yeah.
but it's striped like their flag and crest is. That's my number 1 because that was the golden age of Barcelona when they ran the entire world of soccer, dominated Real Madrid.
Gold numbers, name and number too, right?
Yes, gold,
Red and
yellow
blue.
numbers.
Yellow game, name and number. Yeah.
And
Wagoneer podcast in Barcelona next year.
but I'm not coming home.
During running of the ball.
if we ever go, I'm not coming back home. You'll just leave me there, and I'm good.
That trash in the middle.
Yeah. So
So you mentioned.
What about the greatest show on turf ones?
That's what we were talking about.
So one of the things I'll throw out is you mentioned as an honorable mention that anything powder blue or baby blue kind of stands out at you.
Right?
What about Manchester City?
I like their jersey.
I think
It's their soccer jerseys can be very boring or basic in some ways, but theirs is that, but it's so clean.
Yep.
So they wear a powder baby blue top, white shorts with blue accents, and they usually have blue socks to go with. It's a clean look. It's very simple. It's not flashy, but it works.
So one of the soccer jerseys I did used to own was Vincent Company in the Manchester City. Lost that jersey, but ended up replacing it with the Belgian national team company jersey. But the reason why that drew me in was my favorite player on that team, and the color scheme was just awesome. I love the baby blue myself.
Oh, wait, it's this
Yeah.
this one.
That one. So same sort of sign like that when they added the gold to the ring. But going back to what I was saying about having some other ones I want to throw out just to talk about and mention because I feel like they need to get some love. Mike mentioned it, the Houston Astros sunset jersey from the 80s with the Nolan Ryan era. Staying in Houston, the old school Oilers jerseys from like Earl Campbell, like again another baby blue with a really nice helmet. The white helmet with a red logo was really awesome.
A throwback Warren Moon would be really tight. Actually, Ian's worn that one before.
Yes, he has.
That one, yeah.
Travis, I believe you mentioned, or maybe it was Todd, the '90s Hornets.
Yeah.
The purple or the teal, either one. They were great jerseys. The other baseball jersey I talked about, I considered or thought about, the Ricky Henderson A's green.
Yeah.
When they wore it with the white pants with the yellow pinstripe on the side, real clean jersey.
So a baseball jersey that I really liked, even though there's nothing like super flashy about it. I was a big Barry Larkin fan growing up. The Cincinnati Reds pinstripe jersey, where they wore almost like a sleeveless cutoff over a black one.
Yeah.
And then Barry Larkin was a captain, so he had the little tiny Cincinnati C embroidered on his chest like a captain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like a hockey captain. That one always stood out to me. I actually have his bobblehead wearing that uniform. One of my favorite bobbleheads. But
I also kind of want to throw out the Broncos Orange Crush jerseys from the throwback. Mike mentioned the Tampa Bay Creamsicle.
Yep.
I love that logo. I love the helmet. I love the color of the shirt, of the jersey. I wish they would bring that back and wear that more often.
full time, yep.
the Anaheim Mighty Ducks was mentioned. That's always a great jersey. Whether
Their new jersey is also really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
whether you are a fan of the movies or not, that jersey was great.
So I have no idea why the Anaheim Ducks have ever gotten away from the Wild Wing logo or the good duck goalie mask in general.
For a while, they had to use like the web foot logo, which was
Yeah.
pretty shitty.
Shaped like a D,
Mhm.
and that one just wasn't very good. And I think they still use that a lot, but
Oh yeah,
I'm glad they've kind of like their new alternate jersey is a purple jersey and it has the Wild Wing mask on it,
Yeah.
like old school. So I'm glad they're kind of venturing back in that direction. They really need to consider going back full time with that one.
Weren't they the ones with the foot and that like reddish color? Was that when they won the Stanley Cup?
Yeah,
Yeah, they did have
it's like
that.
the orange, black, and web foot D on it. You know,
And then Travis showed me one that I probably should include also as an honorable mention, if not even in my top 5. But it's the Phoenix Coyotes jersey with
Yeah.
with the obviously the little cartoon
Like pixelated
goalie,
looking one.
pixelated one with the goalie mask on.
Yeah.
That one was really cool. Like that.
Sticking with hockey and going back to a team with purple. Travis, I'm surprised I didn't get this one out of you at some point. It's the LA Kings Monarch purple and gold jersey from
Yeah.
back in like the 80s. I'm not a Kings fan per se, but I did love that jersey. It's two LA Lakers
Yeah, that's-
adjacent, which is why I hate it.
Yeah.
But if you look it up, it's a super clean. Like the purple one is super bright and clean, and I love the crown logo.
And you know what when Carson has a Kevin Fiala, but it's primarily the gold one. But that's my whole argument for it. It reminds me too much of the Lakers.
That's
For
fair.
me
Yeah.
to really adapt it as my favorite.
And the last one I wanted to throw out there was from the Goats era. It was the alternate black Chicago Bulls jersey.
Was it
When
the
they
one that had like Chicago and script on it?
Yeah, well, or either one. They wore just like the one that had Chicago or the Bulls. But when Jordan came out with the black jersey, black pants, and like the black Jordan 11s,
Yeah.
you were getting destroyed.
Yeah.
There was no questions
Didn't they have
about it.
ones with pinstripes? Were those ones?
Yeah, they had some of that on it too.
So I haven't been in haven't really seen Matt too much, but Matt Batty is a huge Chicago sports fan. He's a big Blackhawks fan, big Bulls fan. He actually likes the Packers instead of the Bears, so which is kind of odd. It may be a future guest on the pod, I don't know, but in his man cave, he actually had framed. I believe it was definitely a Pippen and a Jordan. And I think he had a Rodman as well, and he had them all kind of lined up.
Mhm.
And the Jordan that he had was that black Chicago script one, which was really really nice jersey.
Heat. Yeah, so the one I was talking about just said Bulls on it. There's actually a Funko Pop or a couple of them on eBay right now of Jordan in the black uniform. I'm really thinking about that. They want a little bit of money for it, and I don't want to pay it just yet. But it's that black on black Bulls jersey from '95 was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, those are cool too. I was thinking about getting a Karolinko like
The
that.
Jazz with the mountains on
That
it.
Jazz cool. The only reason I don't like that is because of fucking Karl Malone. That
Yeah.
fucking that piece of what. But I don't think this. Yeah, I got all mine. I don't think I had anything extra for jerseys.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking like the Jazz make me think of like why are all these teams going back to these vintage logos?
The Pistol Pete Jazz, the old New Orleans Jazz
New Orleans
jerseys.
Jazz.
Yeah,
Skimpin'.
those were really really good back in the day. I wish we still had that
I mean,
logo.
like this plain ass shit.
Yeah, but it looks so cool though. You can dress it up, do whatever you want with it. I like the old school New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah,
Good.
I think one, again, the ones that I may have missed out on mentioning or
Wasteful.
the Rams, royal and yellow, and then the San Diego / Los Angeles Chargers powder blues. Those are some of the ones that I maybe left off of my list.
I mean, who
but
couldn't
may
love
have-
that?
Hey, so
This is like a high school jersey.
Sean's holding up the current Jazz alternate, which is yellow with was it black? This says Jazz
It's like
on the
block
front.
letters. This is like
Yeah.
a high school jersey.
Yeah. So they actually that
Almost
jersey
looks like Britain's World Baseball
they
Classic
just
jersey.
announced 2 days ago that they're retiring that jersey for the rest of the season. They're not going to wear it ever again.
Thank God.
I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea because it is awful, awful.
Yeah, these aren't too bad with the purple, green, and gold.
Yeah. Especially if you're in New Orleans, that's a good Mardi Gras jersey to wear. I see a lot of people wearing Malone jerseys around town, especially during Mardi Gras because it's that time of year. and whatnot. Even in,
Malone and Stockton, the reason we couldn't get the Jazz name back because Tom Benson tried to get it before we became Pelicans.
yeah, and you know what? I'll go ahead and say if no one does, fuck you, Karl Malone. You're a piece of shit. I don't care if you support 5'11 Tactical.
You don't like the mailman?
No, and him or Stockton.
He owns 511 Tactical Store.
Yeah. That's a conversation for another day. Another conversation for another day. We could just do top 5 jerseys in each sports category.
But I really do feel like we can do college and make that a separate category.
College would be tough.
Yeah, that's going to take a couple episodes to
Oregon
get
Ducks,
through
Oregon Ducks.
that. Anything the Oregon Ducks do, yeah, top 1 through 5, go. Yeah, we'll round up. We'll leave the episode there with our top 5. Good list as always. And before we get to the shot, I think Mike has a new little piece of a business for the podcast that he wants to introduce, maybe for now and possibly going forward. So, Mike, I'll let you have it if you want to tell the people.
So this is something that I was thinking about. I think it would go good before we do our shots. We could each take a turn. It would be our favorite quotes. Doesn't have to be a specific theme or anything. Just a quote.
Wait, are we each?
If you ain't
one,
first,
or
you're
we all-
last.
No.
Just one
One
per
per episode. We each take turns.
Okay.
So if it goes well, we'll just keep doing it, and if not, well, then we'll stop.
If our fans don't like it,
Right. So
Or-
you
yeah.
tell us, fans.
Mhm.
And before I say my quote, I want to mention that we are on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music,
Apple Music.
Apple
YouTube
Yeah.
now.
Yes, YouTube.
YouTube. So please like, subscribe, listen.
Coming soon to the YouTube. We're gonna debut the song that Joshua wrote for us as a nice little tribute. So, Josh, if you listen to this episode, thank you very much for all your work
Yeah, sure.
and the help with that. We didn't ask you to do it; you just did it on your own because you're a good man and a good friend. So, thank you for that. It's gonna jazz up the proceedings a little bit. So, I can't wait to debut that for everybody. Hopefully, coming soon.
So here goes my quote. And this actually, I had picked out before some of our Wagoneers were talking about this athlete on the show. So I think it ties in really well with this. And look, not all my quotes are going to be from athletes or anything like that. They're going to be random.
You got anything from Gandhi?
But
A reading from the
Got
book
anything from the guy in
of
Yakuza?
But
Take
here
notes.
goes my quote. In this business, once the lights go out, you walk off the stage and go home. You can't pick how they remember you. You can only hope that they do. Travis,
Marshall Falk.
there you go.
Macho.
That's my quote.
I like
And
it.
here is to the quote of the day and Marshall Falk and the jerseys.
And hey, and when the lights go out, we do our best
there
work.
you go.
Hey,
Yeah.
wagons out.
Wagons out.